friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome to my TBR Bingo video. I'm going to spend the next week or so reading books that I picked for my TBR Bingo. If you have not seen this month's TBR Bingo, I will link it in the cards above if you want to go check that out. I have 4 books this month that I am prioritizing, and I'm going to spend the week with you guys as I read them, give you my thoughts, my updates, my impressions, let you know if I love them or hate them, and I'm very excited for it. So let's go over the books I'm reading for this vlog, and then we'll jump into it. Alright, so for the first time, I do own all 4 books that I'm going to be reading for this vlog. We have Cruel Seduction by Katie Robert. This is the 5th book in the Dark Olympus series. This one is a Aphrodite and Hephaestus, Pandora, and Adonis retelling. So I'm excited for that one. We also have Hawk by Jessie Hall, a dark romance. I don't really know too much about it, but I am very excited to pick it up. Then we have Blitz by Devney Perry. This is a coach-student romance, small town football. I am excited. I read the first book in the series and really liked it, so I'm excited to see what she does with book 2. And then we have Foxglove by Adeline Grace, the continuation of the Belladonna series, and I'm very excited to read this one. I have been chomping at the bit to get to this. I'm really in a fantasy romance mood, but I'm hoping to save this for like the middle of the week when things are more in the swing of things and I can really sit down and focus on reading a fantasy, because right now things are very crazy and busy with everything that I have going on. So that is my plan. But I'm very excited to read all of these books with you guys and give you all of my thoughts and updates. And yeah, hopefully I love them all. Hopefully they're all 4 or 5 stars. That would be amazing. And without further ado, let's get into it. Hello friends, I am sitting down to give you the very first update of this vlog. I'm very excited to share with you guys that I have started Cruel Seduction by Katie Robert, and I am a good chunk of the way through this. I expected to update you guys a little sooner, but things have been chaotic in the first day of the week, so we're just dealing. I am 222 pages into this one, and I'm really enjoying this one. I personally love a good polyamorous relationship dynamic. I think that they are just so fun to read about, and it's very interesting to see how authors write character development when there are so many personalities and conflicts involved with relationships. And I just find this dynamic to be just so well put together so far. I really like the idea of an arranged marriage, a marriage convenience, but also these 2 characters having feelings and falling in love with other people from the husband and wife's past. So Hephaestus is having a relationship with Adonis, who is Aphrodite's ex, and Aphrodite is having a relationship with Pandora, which is Hephaestus's, that is a lot of S's. It's his best friend from his childhood. So I'm really enjoying the dynamic so far. I think that it's going to go into a really interesting and well put together polyamorous relationship, and I'm very excited for it. I like Katie Roberts' writing, and I like her world, and I really enjoy the Dark Olympus world. So I'm just really curious to see how the politics are going to play out in this one and how the characters are going to come together at the end. So I will give you my updates when I'm a little bit further in or when I finish it. I don't have very much longer left on the audiobook, so when I have an update for you, I will give it. It's going to be a short one for this particular book in this vlog, but I promise I'll give you more updates as the vlog continues.
Your smile, your style so fly, my oh my. As time stood still, I got the urge to steal a kiss, and so I did. Now I'm embarrassed, but just a little bit. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips.
Hello, besties. I'm so sorry. My voice sounds really gross. I don't know if it's just because I haven't been talking very much in the last few hours, but I sound gross. But I have updates for you, so I figured now is a great time to sit down and talk with you because I literally just finished Cruel Seduction by Katie Robert. I wish I could say that I loved this book. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I feel like this book really fell into being a lot more political and a lot more about the political scheming of this world than it did about the romance. And especially with it being a polyamorous romance, I was expecting a lot more romantic character development than what we got, and really what we got was a more plot-focused story instead of a romance-focused story, which is fine. It just feels like it's a little bit, most of the books now from in this series have fallen more into that, but because these are standalone romantic novels, I'm expecting them to hold up as a standalone, and this one just didn't have enough romance between the characters that really felt like I could fall in love with them. I liked them as characters and I liked them together. I just didn't see them together enough for it to feel like, yeah, they fell in love and I totally believed it and I wanted to root for them. Was I scared when things started happening that was very detrimental to lives? Yes, but I just didn't fall in love with their relationships as much as I would have wanted to with the story. And this was 400 pages almost, so like there was a lot of room to do more exploration of the relationship and the developmental areas in which I felt like there was pitfalls, but it just didn't quite hit the mark. So I think I'm going to settle on a 3-star rating. It was fine. It's not my favorite book in the series by any means, but I am still curious and interested to read the next book in the series. That being said, it is time to choose our next book, and I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I like the idea that this vlog is going to be a very large range of different things. So I have like a really dark romance. I don't really know what it's about, if I'm being honest, but I am curious. I think this has a cheating trope in it as well. So dark and taboo. And then we have a taboo small town, and then we have a fantasy romance. I just don't know what I'm in the mood for. I'm thinking I might go with Blitz because it is a much shorter option between the three, and it'll be like nice to like motivate myself to get at least one more book done, and then all I have to do is focus on a fantasy and then a much larger romance at the tail end of this vlog. So I think I'm going to go ahead and jump into Blitz. The back says, a coach, a student, the rules were concrete. We broke them anyways. The night I met Torin Greeley was the night I learned how to lie. He was the Treasure State football coach, and I was the star of the volleyball team. Coaches and students were forbidden. My future was on the line, so I told myself it was only one night. That was the first time. That lie got easier to tell. The lines blurred, the boundaries shifted, our relationship became a game of its own. A chaste smile, a knowing glance, a veiled touch, or a hushed kiss. We hid in plain sight. We were invincible. Or so we thought. Neither of us saw the blitz come until it was too late. Game over. The night I left Torin Greeley was the night I learned how to lose. Interesting. I'm wondering if it's not really like coach-student and more second chance, or if it is actually going to be like full-on coach-student throughout the entirety of the book. But either way, I'm excited for it. I'm pumped. I have loved Daphne Perry's work. I'm reading another book by this author this month, and hopefully I can start to finish up some of her series, because I currently have 3 ongoing series by this author, and none of them are quite finished yet. So if I could do that, that would be great. But yeah, I'm going to jump into this one either tonight or tomorrow, and I will give you my updates when I am a good chunk of the way through. Hello besties, I have to be quick because I am running late and I need to be at work at a specific time. So I'm gonna make this fast, but I do have updates for Blitz by Daphne Perry. I did pick this one up last night and read on my Kindle alongside the audiobook, and I'm really enjoying this one. It's not as good, I think, as the first book in the series, although I have read that a little while back now. I think I read that in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But I still really enjoyed my read of this book so far. This one follows Torin, and her name is kind of interesting. Hold on. Jensen. And she is a volleyball player. He is the football coach. And they end up having like a one-night stand on 4th of July. He had never seen her before. He didn't know she was a student. They hooked up, and then they meet on her first day at school when she's being introduced to him as like the star of the volleyball team. She recently transferred. She is taking a year for herself to see if she really loves volleyball as a sport, or if it's something that is no longer her dream. And obviously they do not want to lose everything they worked for. She has worked really hard to have this year for herself after she's transferred from Stanford, and she just wants a year to make it all hers and to figure out what she wants to do with the next steps of her life. And Torin loves being a basketball coach. He's worked really hard for this. He went to school at the Treasure State Wildcats. Like, this is his alma mater. This is where he wants to be, and he doesn't want to ruin it over this relationship, but they just have an undeniable connection, and they cannot seem to stay away from each other. And the angst in here is just so good. I'm waiting for things to get like amazing, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I am having a good time. I love Devney Perry's writing. It's such an easy book to pick up and read, and I am excited to continue it. I only have an hour and 30 minutes left of the audiobook, so it shouldn't take me too much time left, so I will update you guys when I come to the end of this one, and I'm just excited to give you my final thoughts. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. What is with all of these authors making me cry? I can't. Golly! I'm fine.
Constantly online, causing me setbacks too. Every day see so many people doing the things you do, and they're doing it better too. Whoa, whoa. It's like, why should I even try when there's always some other guy who's way ahead of you, but makes it look easy? Why would they need me? Oh, I hear it now. I'm just being needy. I try not to envy you, to get angry. You do it better than me. I try not to hate myself, to lose confidence, but you...
Hello friends, happy car update. I am just coming to give you an update on Blitz by Devney Perry. I am not done yet, but I don't know what happened between when I talked to you guys this morning and said like I wasn't in love with it and now, but like the flip, it just switched and I love it. I love them. I just think that they are so, there's like a hair in my eye and it's bothering me. I just think that they are so cute together. The angst is, it's angsting. It's very, very, very angsty and I love it. And I don't know, like, if I just forgot that the first book in this series is also forbidden. That is like a workplace romance, and they have a I can never say that word. Non-fraternization, sure, clause that, you know, forbids them from dating. But the first book was also forbidden, but this one, it's just giving that angsty forbidden romance that I absolutely needed. And I don't know, something about a student-teacher relationship or a coach-teacher relationship is always something that works for me, and maybe that just says something about me, but I'm happy with it. The thing that I do like about this one though is that he's not her coach, so like he's not crossing that boundary where he's like playing favoritism and anything like that. Like, he's not her coach, he just happens to be a coach at the same school, but obviously she's still a student, and so they are crossing lines. And I don't know, I just love it. There is like an emotional aspect to this because even though Torin's parents have passed away 15-16 years ago, he's still dealing and grappling and coming to terms with the grief of the loss of his parents, and then who then became his second father figure, his uncle Evan, ended up passing away from a heart attack the same way that his father had died several years before that. I think it was like 5 or 6 years previously to the start of the story. And there's still a lot of grief and a lot of hurt that is festering within him and within his family. He definitely feels like he is the person that needs to take on the responsibility of his aunt's 3 kids. So that's been a really beautiful thing to watch blossom and change as Torin and, what is her name? Jensen. As Jensen and Torin have become closer, they've really explored his grief a little bit. But Jensen also has kind of a tough upbringing. Her father was never around. At any time that he is around, he's always bringing his next fling as he cheats on his newest wife, Jensen's stepmother, and she just doesn't have a great relationship with her dad, but she also really doesn't have a great relationship with her mother. Her mother just expects too much from her and wants her to fulfill her mother's dreams, not her own dreams, and so she doesn't have a great support system. She doesn't have friends, she doesn't have people that she turns to or relies to, and she just feels very alone. And the two of them just find solace in each other that is just so beautiful to watch. I just love these two characters together, and I think I'm going to end up liking this book more than I liked the first book in the series, which is great. That being said, I gave Coach 4 stars. Like, I still really enjoyed it, but something about this particular story is just doing what it's supposed to do, and I'm just having a great time. I have 39 minutes left of the audiobook, so I don't have time. I don't have long at all, and I'm definitely going to finish it up by the time I get home, because I need to drive home, and I need to drive to work, and then drive home. So I still have a good chunk of time there, but I'm just loving it, and I don't want it to end, and I am so scared because I know that with 39 minutes left, shit's gonna hit the fan, and it's gonna hit the fan soon, and I just don't want these characters to ever be unhappy. Like, I just want them to find the love that they deserve in each other, and I love that it's an age gap. I love that it is these just two characters that are so perfect for each other, and I'm just I'm loving, I'm living, I'm laughing, I'm having a great time. That's like I know that Live, Laugh, Love was like, you know, so circa 2010s, but like something about Live, Laugh, Love is just my new vibe. It's my vibe, and I'm living in it. I may not always be experiencing it, but I'm living in it. Alright, I'm gonna go back to work now, and I'm gonna listen to the audiobook, and I will check in with you guys when I finish Blitz.
I just wanna be loved like you. I just want them to see me too. Just wanna be the one they choose. Yeah, I just wanna be loved. That's really
Good morning. It is definitely a tired but cozy Thursday morning. I'm very, very tired. I went to bed much later than I should have last night. Isaac and I stayed up pretty late watching the challenge, so, you know, not the most responsible choice for somebody that wakes up early in the morning, but I woke up, I got up. I hated myself, you know, for yesterday's choices, but I'm awake. I'm getting some editing done, and I need to get some planning done for my author this morning before Orion comes in, but I wanted to give you guys a reading update. Just like I said, I did finish Blitz on my way home from work, and I really, really, really enjoyed this book. I really love this book. I didn't give it a full 5 stars, but that is just because I think the ending was a little bit rushed, and it left a little bit, I don't know what the word is. It's not unsatisfied. I wasn't unsatisfied with the story. I think the story itself, you know, was beautiful, and it wrapped up really well, and it had so many things about it that I loved, but the ending was just so quick. Like, by the time we got to the 3rd act breakup, if you even want to call it that, we had 5 minutes left of the audiobook. So like, there wasn't a lot of time to really explore what got her here and the dynamic between the two characters and how much that was changing and how, you know, her past affected him. And I just think that the ending was rushed just a little bit. But other than that, I really loved it. I think that the exploration of grief in the story and responsibilities and taking on somebody else's dreams, those conversations were so beautiful, and learning to live for yourself and not for anybody else was just so well done. I really liked the chemistry between the two characters on page. They were just explosive, and I really enjoyed how much I enjoyed their story. I think this is still my favorite book in the series so far, so I'm definitely curious to see what I'm going to think of the next book. It does have a name already. I don't know what it's called though. Let's see. Rally. So I don't know when that's supposed to come out. It's another small town, but it's accidental pregnancy. Oh, this might actually be the story that was teased in the first 2 books. So another thing that I did like about this book in particular is it happens on the same timeline as Ford and Millie's story, the first book in the series, which is not usual for, I would say, like, interconnected standalones. They're usually, you know, there's a little bit of separation there, but this was all happening at the exact same timeline. So you really learn about Millie and Ford's story in here, but from the eyes of somebody completely different, which I thought was very, very interesting. Whereas I believe in the first book, you don't really get that many hints between what's going on. And maybe that's just because she hadn't written the story yet, and so therefore you didn't have those clues, but I really liked that. I don't think I've seen very many books that do that. But anyways, the next book is a football accidental pregnancy, a small town between, let's see, yeah, Rush. So Rush was talked about in both books. He is a football player, and he ends up getting like a one-night stand pregnant, and so I'm really curious about that one. I don't usually love accidental pregnancies, but I feel like if anyone can do it and do it well, it's Stephanie Perry. So I'm gonna get some more editing done. I think I'm gonna pick up Hawk next. I was gonna pick up Foxglove as like a little break in between, but I think I'm gonna want to read that alongside the audiobook at some point during the story, so I decided to push that one off until the weekend and pick that one up on either Friday night or Saturday, and I can read that then. That way I can read along with the audiobook and have an immersive read, whereas romance, I don't really feel like I have to do that. I can just read the audiobook. So that's that. I'm gonna get some work done, and I will chat with you guys when I have an update for Hawk.
Imagine sun shining, pink clouds in the sky, and everything is right. Imagine stars lighting up the night, and a shooting star so vibrant, you have to make a wish. Nothing's ever in your way. scoring every shot you made. No, you've never heard of pain.
Hey besties, it is a gloomy gray day here in Southern California, and I'm feeling a little bit gloomy and gray as well. So, if this clip is less energy filled, I apologize. I am struggling just a little bit. I think that I'm feeling a little bit of burnout and trying to give myself grace through that, but I'm just, I don't know, this week has just felt very like meh, whereas last week I was like high. It was like a high for me, and like this week I'm struggling a little bit, but we're gonna just keep pushing through. I'm just trying to remind myself that I am human and not everything has to be perfect all the time, and I don't need to be on top of my shit at every given moment of the day. I think. So, anyways, I'm feeling the brain goblins are trying to get me, and I'm doing my best to just tell them to sit the fuck down, because I don't want to deal with it. But, reading updates. I don't know why I started with that, but that's what we started with. Car update at its finest. Reading updates. Hawk by Jessie Hall. I have been reading this one, and I have actually been really enjoying it, which is strange because this does have one of the tropes that I don't generally love to read about, and that is the cheating trope. I know for some people, like, they are perfectly fine with the cheating trope, and usually if it's written right, I can enjoy it. I can really enjoy a cheating trope. It's just not usually, in my opinion, written the best, but I am actually having a really good time with this one, and I think it's just because these two characters have such intense chemistry that it feels very real and raw and well written. I wouldn't say it's my favorite from Jessie Hall. I have I have read one book by Jessie Hall in the past, and that was much darker than this one, and it definitely was like more one of those books, like, it's so unhinged, just so many red flags that you just can't help but like fall in love with it, and I loved that sick love. This one is much less dark, and definitely is more slow paced, I would say. It does have dark elements for sure, 100%. It's just not as dark as That Sick Love is. If you've read that, then you know. I would say That Sick Love is like comparable to Hunting Adeline, which is also very dark. Not the darkest I've ever read, but again, everything is subjective. But I am enjoying it. I really like these characters. I like Hawk as a character. He's very broody. I wouldn't even say broody. He's just mysterious. He's mysterious and he's veiled, but like, I also love the fact that he's just doing what he does best, and that is turning this girl on to the utmost degree, and he just gives no fucks. He gives no fucks, and I fucks with that, okay? I do. So I am having a really good time with this one. I don't know if it's going to be a brand new fave, and it's definitely not going to be a brand new fave by this author unless this takes a really different turn, but I'm having a good time, and that's really all that matters. I just want to read books that make me feel some type of way, and this one is doing that. So anyways, that is my current update on Hawk. I didn't even tell you what page I'm on. I'm currently 175 pages in. I also didn't really explain the synopsis of this one. This one follows, God, what is her name? Why is it that, yeah, do I read this? Do I remember names? No, I don't. I know the guy's name, Nicole. Her name is Nicole, but everyone calls her Nick because her father married another girl named Nicole, and apparently one day she heard them having sex, and her father moaned out her name, and she was like, never again. So her boyfriend Patrick calls her Nick, and they have been living together for several years, been dating for several years. They live in the same house, and one day he's like, I have a surprise for you, like, I can't wait to tell you about it later. And she's like, he's finally gonna propose. No, it turns out that Patrick let this ex-con come live with them. This was his home before he sold it off, and he needed a place to stay to get back on his feet after coming out of jail, and he's now living with them, and that was the big surprise. And so now she has to be roommates with this man named Hawk, who is sexy and tattooed and just gives off bad boy energy to the utmost degree. And there is an intense sexual attraction between the two of them, and Patrick is not the best guy. Like, he's not great in bed. He's not really like a good lover to her. He is very attentive and he very much cares about her, but it's just not the electrifying, absolutely encapsulating romance that she wants or desires. But she doesn't really know what to do about that. She loves her partner in her relationship very much, so she is very much stagnant in this relationship. And then Hawk just kind of comes in and blows all of that out of the water and really opens up her mind to all of the things that she feels like she's missing in her relationship, and she can't seem to stay away from him. And I'm enjoying it. I don't really know where it's going. I have no idea what's going to happen. I know there's secrets that are surrounded Hawk's past, because the reason why he went to jail has not been disclosed just yet, and Nick is very much curious about why he went to jail, who she's surrounding herself with, and he's convinced that once she finds out the truth, their relationship will never be the same. So I'm assuming there's some type of connection, because you know that Patrick and Hawk are connected in some way, shape, or form, but it's never specified. They grew up in the same town, they went to high school together, but I feel like there's more to the story that we're gonna find out in the later part of this book. So we shall see. Definitely blurry, messy, cheaty vibes that I'm enjoying, and I don't know what to say other than that. I'm gonna go on my lunch. I just realized I forgot my lunch. My brain is just not working at full capacity. It's Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. I was gonna go on my lunch and eat, and my lunch is in the room, so I'm just gonna go get gas. I have to go to Costco to pick up diapers for my son because we're out, and then I'll come back and eat at my desk. Like, not a big deal. I had a vision for my lunch, and I just screwed it up, and I don't feel like walking my ass back over there to get my lunch. So we're done, and we're just gonna eat at our desk today. But thankfully, it is an earlier like release for me today. On Fridays, I get off at 3:30 instead of 4:30, so I have an extra hour. Usually my grandma would watch my son on Fridays, but they switched days, so I have to go pick up my son, and then I'm gonna head home and hope that the 2.5 hours that it takes for my husband to get off work. Oh wait, no, today's Friday. He gets off at 7:30 today. Oh my god. That was about to be my 13th reason right there. I just thought like, oh, I just have to make it through 2.5 hours. In fact, it's 3.5, and that is just 3.5 hours too long. I'm gonna be fine. I'm just having a day. I don't know. This week has been really funky, weird, strange. I'm not in the greatest headspace, and it's bleeding into the other things in my life, and I don't appreciate it. Anyways, that's my update. Can you hear the cough that's happening in my throat? It's nasty. Anyways, I'm gonna go. None of this makes any sense. I'm just yammering on about nothing. I'll talk to you guys when I have something exciting to say, and hopefully when I come back in a slightly better mood. But don't expect a lot. Very minimal progress here, okay? Thank you. Good morning, book besties. Let's talk books while I open up some irresponsible book purchases that I have made. Okay, so let's first talk about the irresponsibleness of my actions, because, you know, I would like to say that I have some self-control. However, I was doing some video research for a video that I'm coming up in May, and I was watching a smaller booktuber that I now subscribe to and really enjoy, and she was holding up a special edition of a Kennedy Ryan book that I did not own, and I was like, well, you see, I must have it. Sad times. I could not find the special edition that she had anywhere. Nobody is selling it. But when I went down the rabbit hole of trying to find Kennedy Ryan special editions, I found several. So therefore, I had to spend my money. Yes, I did. And I spent a lot of it. So it's fine. It's fine. I spent it on like Zip or whatever, so I only have to pay like 4 monthly installments. That means it's free, right? Girl math? Book math? Sure. So I did buy a few special editions that I did not need, but I did need them. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very excited to open these. I've only received 2 packages out of the 3, and I still have one more coming. I'm so excited. Anyways, that's beside the point. Let's talk about Hawk. I am further into it. I am currently 273 pages in. I'm a good chunk of the way through. I'm hoping to finish this up today. I don't know how long I have for the audiobook, but I feel like since the last time that I talked to you, like, my interest of the story has waned a little bit because I'm just so tired of the cheating. Like, I just want the information out in the open. I want them to start building their relationship that's not out of secrecy and lies. Like, I just need a little bit more connection between the characters that isn't just lust. And, I mean, yes, they conversate. They talk about deeper, more in what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They talk, okay? They talk to each other, but I don't know, I'm just over the cheating of it. And I don't know if that's just because I don't like cheating as something to read about, but the thing is, I was enjoying it the first, 100, 200 pages. But I feel like now it's just like, okay, I get it. You guys are cheating. Let's get past it. Let's tell the guy. Let's, let him go, figure out the truth, and then let's build a relationship from there, because I just need a little bit more. But it's not bad. Ooh, that was loud. It's not bad. I'm still enjoying it. I'm just not loving it as much as I was when I first started my read. Okay. Oh Oh my god, that cough sounds so gross. But I am just so freaking excited. The day that I find the matching special editions to this will be the day that I die happy. I'm not even kidding you. So if anybody knows, if anybody's selling them, if anybody has one, if anybody is like thinking about getting rid of it, please, 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 please let me know, because I must have them. So the one that I needed to collect all the editions of, I got a hardcover girl edition of Hookshot by Kaylanisimplyme. This is the last book in the series, and I love Lotus's story so much. I think that it's such an impeccable read, and I'm so excited to have these. I don't know if they're signed, actually. They are. I'm loving. I'm having a great time. I don't even know what special edition this is. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I don't need to know. I'm glad that I have it. The one that I really wanted was Longshot, of course. There is an Iris Dupree hardcover out there somewhere, and I require it with every being of my soul. If I never get Blockshot, I will be okay, but I need Longshot. I need it. So it's gorgeous. It's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so obsessed with it. I'm so glad that I found these, because I didn't know I needed them until I knew that I needed them. And then I did pick up some special editions of the Kingmaker series, or all of the Kingsmen series. The first one being the Kingmaker, the second one being the Rebel King. And these are gorgeous. They're stunning. These are the Bookworm box limited editions. I also don't know if they're signed. I didn't really need to know. They are! And it says Chase the Stars. Stop it right now. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. They are absolutely stunning. I don't have any room on my Kennedy Ryan shelf, so I don't know where these are going to go, but I'm so glad to have these. And I do have one more coming. I did get another special edition of Real. Don't ask me questions, okay? I will be taking no questions or comments at this time. Thank you. But I am very excited to have these ones. The Real, I think it's the Eternal Empress box, maybe? I don't really know, but it is like the black one with the purple foiling on the front. I'm excited to get that one, but I don't know when that's coming, and I don't need to know. I'm going to be excited when it shows up at my house, and I'm just so excited to have these. But if anybody knows, or if I can find an Iris hardcover, I will pay you an arm and a leg. I'm not even kidding you. I will sell my soul for that shit. All right, I'm going to get on to sprints. Just kidding, it's ending in like 35 seconds, and I will chat with you guys when I have made more progress on Hawk by Jessie Hall.
Why can't it just stay this way? Like you wanted to, like you wanted to, like 24/7, like 24/24.
Just because I wanted to share with you guys a book that I recently got. This is a very interesting angle. I'm so sorry, but just a heads up, because I didn't get to share it with you guys. It came in during this vlog, and then I just forgot to talk about it, but I did receive Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh, her newest release in the Boys of Tommen series, and tell me why this book is so small compared to all of the other books. And I think that I heard that this particular couple is only getting one book. So is her editor just better? Make it make sense. And then I also got my pre-order editions of the Off-Campus series. Hold on, let me change the blur. Anyways, sorry for the shaky hands. I cannot seem to figure this out. There we go. I did get the Briar U series that came in. So now I have a matching set. So I have my Off-Campus series, including the Legacy, and then the Briar U series, and then of course the new spin-off series by Elle Kennedy. So I do own all of these ones in the self-published editions, the original self-published editions, and now I have the ones with the beautiful blue sprayed edges. So I just figured I'd share that with you guys. It's so random, but I wanted to talk about it. So I'm gonna reorganize my shelves right now. So I just like, let me just pick up the camera and share that. So anyways, whoa, I'm so sorry if I just made you dizzy. I think I made myself dizzy. But I am about to finish up Hawk. I have 28 minutes left, so I'm gonna listen to the audiobook of that, and I will check in with you guys when I'm done. Hello friends, I just wanted to come on here and give you my final thoughts and updates on Hawk by Jessie Hall. I figured I'd pull out my pretty hardcover edition that I got from Twisted Fiction. I am really glad that I ended up picking this one up and reading it. I gave it a solid 4-star rating. I think that the first half of the book for me was much more enjoyable than the second half. I liked the writing, I liked the angst, I liked the sexual tension between the characters. I didn't really love the cheating aspect, and I knew that going in that this was going to be a big majority of the book, but for the most part it was all of the book, which wasn't really what I wanted from the story. I really wanted more time spent with these two characters, figuring out their dynamics and their relationship and how well they worked together when they weren't in the throes of a lustful secret relationship. But when shit hit the fan and they needed each other to be there for one another, each one of them was there, and they stepped up and they made things happen, and they made their relationship work in the best way that they could. And overall, I really enjoyed this book. I'm excited to pick up Kid's story because this was teased so much in the first book that I need to know where Kid's story is going to go. From what Nikki has told me, it's pretty much a fever dream. Kid is just a wild ride to follow, so I'm definitely intrigued to see what Jessie Hall has in store for that character. But overall, I enjoyed the book. I'm gonna give it a 4-star. I think that I will definitely recommend this book and think about it quite often, and it might even be a reread for me. I think maybe I'll enjoy it even more on a second time around, just because now I have a better understanding and a better expectation of what this story is going to hold. But those are my final thoughts on Hawk, but without further ado, let's move into the last and final book for this vlog, and that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace.
A totally peaceful mind. Never need a second try. Know you get it right the very first time. It could be the best of days, it could be the best of times. Why do we need the troubles? Why? Why do we need the troubles? Why? Nothing's ever in your way. Scoring every shot you make. No, you've never heard of pain. Because you're just high on.
Alrighty friends, I'm coming at you a day later than what I meant to talk to you guys, which was yesterday, to give you my updates on Foxglove. I don't know why I haven't picked up the camera to actually film my update on this vlog, because the last time that I read this book was Saturday. It's Tuesday. Make it make sense. I can't. So, because I can't, I'm just going to go ahead and explain my feelings on Foxglove so far. I am a good chunk of the way through this. I'm currently on page 184, almost 200 pages in, and I am loving this book. I'm having such a great time with it, and I'm sad that on Saturday I didn't get to read it all in one sitting like I had planned, but I ended up getting busy Saturday night, and Sunday was busy as well, so I just didn't get a chance to like sit down and read this, and then I wanted to give you guys my updates halfway through, so then I decided not to pick it up, and now it's Tuesday, and I haven't picked it up since Saturday. Anyways, I am just so excited that I'm reading this one. It is so good. The story is changing quite a bit from the first book in the series, and I know for a lot of people this is not their favorite. They really enjoyed Belladonna and then didn't really love Foxglove. I am in the camp where I'm actually loving this one more than I enjoyed Belladonna. From the jump, I'm having a great time. I'm loving these characters. I'm very interested about the mystery, and I cannot wait to see where these characters are going to go with this new character that has been introduced at the end of book 1, and I am just having such a good time. The writing is beautiful. It's just so like lyrical and beautifully written and so well done, and it's just making me want to dive into fantasy romance to the utmost degree. And I was already feeling the fantasy romance mood reading tendencies coming on, but now I like want to read it even more because it's so good. It's so good. So I'm glad that I'm loving it. It is a 400+ page book. It's like 450-ish pages, so I still have a good chunk of the way to go. I'm going to be focusing on this tomorrow on my way to and from work. I did start another book since then, like kind of like in the meantime as a filler book, and I'm hoping to finish that one up relatively soon, but this is going to be my main focus for my car rides, and then when I'm home I'm going to be reading my group book for the Sweeney readers because I'm a little behind on that one. So anyways, that is my current updates. I'm loving this. I cannot wait to tell you guys my thoughts when I get to the end and wrap up this video. So without further ado, let's finish this book.
I wish I had the same delusion that I do when I was 2 and didn't think that I could ruin anything at all. I could never fall. I wish I had that same conviction, convinced I never needed fixing. Yeah, that girl really knew her business. Where did she go?
Hello besties, happy Wednesday. I don't know, I'm so tired today. I did go and get a chai, but they put a little bit too much lavender in this one, which is not something I thought that I would complain about because I usually love the lavender chais, but I think they overdid it with the lavender this time, and it's not as good as I want it to be. It still tastes like chai, but it mostly just tastes like lavender, which in moderation is great. Too much is a little off-putting, but I am going to drink it because it does have caffeine in it, and I desperately require caffeine. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I went to bed at a, somewhat decent hour, but I don't know, waking up at 6 o'clock is taking a toll on my body, I think, but we are just live, laugh, loving through it. Also, Adeline Grace is gorgeous. What the heck? I don't think I've ever seen her author picture before, but she's stunning. Okay, Miss Mama, we see you. I am a good chunk of the way through this now. I am 304 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I think my interest has waned a little bit since part 2. Things have changed quite a bit, but I'm so curious to see where this is going to go. I'm really loving the characters. I'm loving the characterization of Signa and the exploration of her, I don't want to say too much, just more explanation of her background and who she is and where she comes from and her family is just very, very, very interesting. I also love that we got a secondary perspective in this one, which I won't say who it is, I don't want to spoil anything, but I like the fact that we are seeing the world from 2 different points of view at this point. So overall, it's all good vibes, all good things are happening. I'm just curious of what I'm gonna think when we get to the end. But yeah, I have, how many pages left? This book is 449 pages, and I'm 305 pages in, so I have 140-ish pages left. So not too bad, honestly. I got through a good chunk of my book while I was just, you know, chilling around on my lunch and on my way to work. So I'm hoping I can finish this one today. With my drive to pick up Orion and home, I should get really close to the end, and then I can hopefully finish it up while I'm at home and give you my final thoughts. But I think it's going to be a really good read overall. So that's my current update. I'm gonna force myself to go back to work, even though the way that I want to go home early today is sickening. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to work. I don't want to look at my computer. I just want to go lay down and take a nap. But alas, I can't do that. So I have nothing else intelligent or exciting to say. I'm just really fucking tired. So I will check in with you guys when I'm done with this book. That was my final progress update, and I'll see you when I'm ready to close out this vlog. Okay, hi, I apologize, don't mind the messy bed, but I did want to come on and give you my last and final updates for Foxglove by Adeline Grace. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how much I really updated you guys throughout my reading experience of this book, but I was just having such a fun time. This book was so good, it was so compelling, it was so well written, it was beautiful, it was atmospheric, it was lyrical, it was everything that I wanted from this story. And surprisingly enough, even though I really, really loved Belladonna, I liked Foxglove even more. I gave this one a full 5-star rating. I loved this book so much. I really liked the exploration of Death and Signa's relationship, but I also really love the idea of the relationships that were blooming and blossoming between some side characters that were introduced in the first book that really took over a life of its own and made this book what it was. It was so eerie and creepy and really well balanced between the mystery and the romance aspects of the story, and overall I just had such a good time with it. I cannot wait for book 3 because I know that one is going to literally be incredible, so freaking amazing. I know so many people were disappointed by book 2 and how things played out and how much other characters were focused on in the story, but I loved it. I thought it was a great balance. I feel like the characters really changed and grew so much, but still stayed true to who they were as characters in the first book. And overall, I just had such a good time with this one. I really love Adeline Grace's writing, and now I'm convinced I have to go back and read her backlist because something about the way that she puts words on a page is just absolutely beautiful. So glad that I read this one, and I'm so glad that that is the last and final book for this vlog. Let me grab everything together and we'll talk about a quick little wrap up, and then we will close this video out. Alright, here's our cute little stack of books for this reading vlog, and overall, it was a great reading experience. I feel like I didn't have a single bad thing, well, not bad thing, but terrible thing to say about any of the books in this stack, so let's quickly run through them. We have Blitz by Devney Perry. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed this story. I'm excited to see where the third book is going to go, and I'm overall just excited about Devney Perry's writing. Cruel Seduction wasn't my favorite book in the series. I think that the romantic relationship took a backseat to the plot, but overall, still really enjoyed my time, and I really like Katie Roberts' writing, so I'm curious to see what I'm going to think of the next book in the series. Hawk by Jessie Hall was really good. Some things didn't work all the way for me for this one, but overall I had a great time with it, and I'm so excited for Kid. And lastly, we have the shining star of this video. We have Foxglove by Adeline Grace. 5 stars, so good, so incredible. Cannot wait for book 3 and to read more from Adeline Grace in the future. Alrighty friends, that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you guys are enjoying seeing TBR Bingo vlogs, please do let me know down in the comments below. These are definitely a ton of work, and I have to set aside a good chunk of time to get these done. So if you guys are not enjoying these, feel free to let me know, be honest, so that I can, you know, spend my time filming different content. I personally have a lot of fun with them though, so I'm glad that I was able to film one for a second month in a row. Look at me go. I'm staying on top of it. If you would like to leave any thoughts on the books I talked about in this video, feel free to do so. I would love to hear if you read these, what you thought of them. Also, feel free to share with me your top priority for the next month that we're currently in. I think when you guys see this, it will be officially May. So let me know what your top priority is for the month of May in regards to your reading. If you made it to the end of this video and you don't know anything else to comment, leave a fox emoji or a bird emoji for Foxglove, the shining star. And that is the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big O thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, turn it down like a sweet and ready. Go slow, keep it nice and steady.